Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Jyoti Prakash and let's get into the video. So you can clearly see that today Bank Nifty opens around 42,900 and after that it showed some negative movement. But after 15 to 15 minutes it shows great positive movement from there and it made a high around 43,000 and immediately took some resistance from that 42,000 level. So right now it trades in a zone which is 40,300 to say 42,750. So it needs to closes above that or closes below that for taking any kind of trend with large quantity. But you can consider selling if it trades below 42,700 or 670, then you can set your target to 42,500. But for taking any kind of buying trade, it needs to closes above 42,900 and you can expect some buying pressure here, and target will be around 43,000 to 43,150. So now let's look into 15-minute candle for taking any kind of buying or selling trade. In 15-minute candle, one thing you can clearly notice here that it one trend line also running from the below side, and that is around 42,750. And if it opens above that or if it opens in between that range, which is 42,870 or 800 around zone, and it trades above 42,900, then you can expect some buying pressure here, as I said in one day candle chart. But if it opens a gap down around 42,600 or 750 and shows negative movement about around that price, then we can expect some selling pressure here also, and the target will be around 40,400 to 40,200, sorry, 350. And if it opens a gap up above 40,000 and continuously took support from that 40,000 level, then you can expect some buying pressure here, and target will be around 43,500. So that's it for Bank Nifty, guys. Now let's look into Nifty in one day candle chart. So in Nifty, it also made a doji candle here and it did not closes above 18,180 level. So my suggestion would be, if tomorrow market opens flat and if it trades above 18,000 to 160, then you can expect some buying pressure here, and your first small target will be to 18,200. Next target you can set to 18,250, and our third target will be 18,300. But it needs to closes above to 18,200 or above that to take, set our target until 18,300. For taking any kind of selling trade, it needs to closes below 18,050, then after that we can expect some selling pressure here. So in 15-minute candle, you can also notice that it continuously trades in a range which is 18,170 to 18,060 or 70 level. So it needs to closes below that or closes above that for taking any kind of or buying or selling trade. So my suggestion would be, if tomorrow market trades below 18,070, then you can expect some selling pressure here, and target will be around 18,022, round level 18,000. For taking any kind of buying trade, it needs to closes above 18,170 or 75, then you can expect some buying pressure here, and as I said, our target will be around 18,250. So if it opens a gap up around 18,250 or above that, then if it shows any kind of positive movement from there also, then you can expect some buying pressure here. And if it opens gap down below 18,000 level or 18,000 around that 18,000 level, then if it shows any kind of negative movement by that price, or if it halted there for 5 to 10 minutes and shows negative movement, then you can expect some selling pressure here also, and target will be around 7,900 to 920. And that's all about Bank Nifty and Nifty. Now let's look into Bank Nifty components in one day candle chart. So in our first component, it is HDFC Bank, and today you can clearly see that HDFC gap up so above that 1667 level, and it continuously goes up until 1682. So right now it looks positive to me, but from the previous 5 days it continuously goes up and it made a steep trend line here. So my suggestion would be, if it opens a gap up around 1680 and shows a negative movement, or opens flat and if it trades below 1670, then you can consider it for selling, and target will be around 1666 to round level 1660. So but if it opens flat and continuously trade in a range which is 1682 between 82 or 1670, and if it trades in between that range, then we're going to wait for another 1 or 2 days to take any kind of buying trade. Now let's look into ICICI Bank. In ICICI Bank, it opens a gap up above that resistance level which is 880, and it continuously took resistance from that and made low around 864. So my suggestion would be, if tomorrow it trades below 870, then we can expect some selling pressure here also, and target will be around 864 to round level 861. And for taking any kind of buying trade, it needs to close just above 880 with a strong volume. Now let's look into SBI Bank. In SBI Bank, you can notice that it opens a gap up and made low around 592, but at the closing price, it is now trades above 600 level. So my suggestion would be, if it continuously took support from the 600 level and shows positive movement there, then you can expect some buying pressure here, and target will be around 606 to 610. And if it shows any kind of negative movement by opening gap up or opening flat or opening gap down, then you can expect some selling pressure here also. Now let's look into Kotak Bank. In Kotak Bank, it is continuously trades around in a zone, and it needs to closes above that 1800 level for taking any kind of buying trade, and it needs to closes below 1770 level for taking any kind of selling trade. So it needs to closes above that or closes below that. But my suggestion would be wait for another 1 or 2 days for any kind of trend confirmation. Then after that you can take trade for buying or selling. Now let's look into Axis Bank. In Axis Bank, it continuously took resistance from the 940 level, and today it also made high around that level, and right now it trades around 930. So my suggestion would be, if it continuously took support from the 930 level and if it try to closes above 940 again, then you can expect some buying pressure, because it continuously 2 to 3 days try to closes above that. So if it tomorrow it closes 940, then you can expect some buying pressure here, and target will be around 950 to 955. Now let's look into our last bank, which is IndusInd Bank. And IndusInd Bank, one thing you can clearly notice that it continuously took support from that 1200 round level and took resistance from the 1220 to 1230 level. So it needs to closes below 1200 level to taking any kind of selling trade. So if it tomorrow it continuously closes below 1220 or 1200 level, then you can expect some selling pressure here, and target will be around 1185 to 1180. And for taking any kind of buying trade, my suggestion would be, let it closes about 1220 or 1230 for taking any kind of buying trade. And that's all about today, guys. If you like the video, please subscribe my channel and share it. Bye bye everyone.